that Pakistan had come into being. The greater work of putting this new state on its feet had yet to be done. In attendance on him was his military secretary. At work also was Miss Fatima Jinnah. She had devoted herself to the life work of her brother. As the First Lady of Pakistan, new responsibilities fell on her, for the womanhood of Pakistan would in future look to her for help and guidance. Elsewhere in that same city, the Constituent Assembly had been inaugurated. It was now August the 10th. The representative of the scheduled classes, Mr. Mandal, was elected president, pending the election of the permanent president. Members of the Assembly presented their credentials and signed the roll. First among them was the Quaid-i-Azam, who took his place that day as an ordinary member. The next day, August 11th, Mr. Jinnah was elected the permanent president. He took the chair, and he was welcomed by Mr. Liaquat Ali Khan.
It is not only that you are elected as president of this sovereign Constituent Assembly, but you will be having the dual capacity of not only being the head of the Assembly, but also the head of the state. I am confident that you would, while discharging your onerous duty, be always guided by that intellectual honesty which you possess.
Representatives of all sections of the House, including Congress Party in the Pakistan Assembly, offered their felicitations to the new president. The president replied,
"That is life and its property and the religious belief should be only protected by the state at any cost. My guiding principle will be justice, fair play, and complete impartiality in the discharge of my duty. And I'm sure, with your support and cooperation, I'm looking forward to making Pakistan as one of the greatest nations of the world."
On the same day, the flag of Pakistan was decided upon.
Now, Mr. President, this flag, it will be noticed, is not the flag of any one political party. That this flag, which I had the honor to present to this House, this flag will be the flag of freedom, not only for the peoples of Pakistan. This flag will be an emblem of peace, to help in maintaining peace throughout the world.
2 days passed in feverish activity, till on August 13th, there arrived at Karachi the Supreme Commander, Field Marshal Auchinleck, and General Messervy. Other service chiefs also arrived by air. The climax, however, was reached with the arrival of Lord Louis Mountbatten, who on behalf of the British government was to carry out the transfer of power. With him were Lady Mountbatten and their daughter Pamela. At Government House, they were welcomed by the Quaid-i-Azam and Miss Jinnah. To Lord Mountbatten, more than to any other individual countryman of his, must go the credit for the part he played in redeeming the pledges which the British government had made. He had redeemed more than pledges. He had redeemed the good name of his country and his people. That night, there was a banquet given at Government House in honor of Lord and Lady Mountbatten. It was attended by several distinguished guests who had been invited by the Quaid-i-Azam. Later, they were presented to their excellencies. The next morning, August 14th, saw the actual transfer of power. The Quaid-i-Azam drove to the Constituent Assembly with his sister. He was followed by Lord Louis Mountbatten, who drove in state. The ceremony of transferring power began.
I have a message from His Majesty the King to deliver to you today. This is His Majesty's message. I send you my greetings and warmest wishes on this great occasion when the new Dominion of Pakistan is about to take its place in the British Commonwealth of Nations. It is thus achieving your independence by agreement. You have set an example to all freedom-loving people throughout the world. May Pakistan prosper always. May her citizens be blessed with health and happiness. May learning of the art of peace flourish in her boundaries. And may it be continued in friendship with her neighbors and with all the nations of the world.
Your Excellency, I thank His Majesty the King on behalf of the Pakistan Constituent Assembly and myself for his gracious message. I once more thank you and Lady Mountbatten for your kindness and good wishes. Yes, we are parting as friends, and I sincerely hope that we shall remain friends.
Then the great procession started, and the crowds paid their homage to the two men who had played so great a part in giving them their freedom. That evening, the Quaid-i-Azam inspected the Muslim League National Guard. On the afternoon of the 15th, the Quaid-i-Azam made his first public appearance as Governor General of Pakistan. The pomp and ceremony were now over. Freedom had come. Pakistan had been inaugurated. So, as was fitting on the occasion of the Eid, which aptly followed, the Muslims bowed their heads in prayer and offered to the Almighty the thanksgiving of a nation. In the kingdom of God, all were still equal.
I pray to God that this critical moment He may guide us and enable us to discharge our responsibility in a wise and statesmanlike manner. Once more, I most earnestly appeal to all to maintain law and order. Pakistan Zindabad.